This is where the fun begins.
Hello there. How's it going?
Hey everyone, Hybrid Toy Reviews here, and today I'm bringing you a review of the Star Wars The Black Series Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Luke Skywalker. So this is a figure that I have been wanting for a little bit. I never saw it on shelves, but I finally found it at a booth at AwesomeCon, and I got it for the steal of a price of $20 flat on a nice minty card that I can't wait to rip open. So it looks really cool. I'm a little late to the party on this one, but hopefully some of you guys still care about it because it's a pretty cool character, and let's be fair, it's a very essential look for Luke. It is his jumpsuit that he wears for the second 2/3 of the movie. This is what he wears when he duels Vader, even though the picture shows him in Jabba's palace, but so be it. I'm really hyped on this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this review. Alright, so this is Luke Skywalker on the Return of the Jedi retro card. Very standard retro card stuff going on here. Also, my camera angle ain't janky. It just wobbles when you set it on the table. There's no perfectly flat way to sit them. So, up in the top left, you have your 40th Return of the Jedi logo, 4+ warning. You have your Star Wars Return of the Jedi symbol with the silver banner that goes around the entire card. Picture of Luke Skywalker, straight from the 1983 card. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, in quotes. Except he's not a Jedi Knight till he deals with his father. Although this is the outfit that he deals with his father in, and not that outfit from Jabba's palace. So, you have your figure here in the bubble, looking pretty cool. You see he's got his lightsaber. There's another accessory they kind of hide neatly behind him. It is a swappable chest plate. And at the bottom, you have that legal paper packet that every figure has to come with. Plastic-free packaging was the move, though, and removing that definitely isn't saving the Amazon rainforest. Around back, you have your Star Wars silver banners again. You see the other figures in the wave. There was the Deluxe Rebel Commando, the Darth Vader, Royal Guard, and R2-D2. Royal Guard's a repack. Rebel Commando's too expensive, and the Vader helmet came out a little wonky, so I'm probably not going to pick that one up. R2's already out in the Mandalorian packaging, and I've reviewed them, so keep an eye out for that review. It's been done a while back, but go look for it if you care to watch it. Some text telling you to celebrate the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi. You have a ton of legal stuff underneath with a barcode, and the $44.99. Did the guy I bought this from buy it from FYE? Because that's FYE pricing, and that's their style of tag. Meaning I robbed the guy out of $25. That's wild. So, because I got that for $20 at AwesomeCon. Anyway, without further ado, let's get this Luke Skywalker out of the packaging.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
Alright, here's Luke out of the packaging, and as always, let's start with the accessories. I'm going to start by showing you the outfit option ones. So Luke has this flap on the costume in the movie that comes unbuttoned later on in the duel, and he kind of just wears it like that for the rest of the movie. It's this white flap, right? His outfit kind of has a white lining. It looks really, really good, but of course there's no one look that's more definitive than the other. So to give you that swappable feature, there's actually a plate here that comes off of the front of the figure. Features a peg, and then kind of a big rectangle around the peg, and then a little notch up top. And you get a swappable one that is just blank, and so you can have him looking as he does for the majority of his time in his outfit, although the white flap is definitely iconic. The original Return of the Jedi Luke also had this sort of feature where it was a swappable chest plate. So that's really nice to see that they have managed to keep that feature here. He then also features his green lightsaber, and this is a new shade of green to the Black Series. It is very, very lime, very, very see-through. It doesn't capture the light quite like the Ezra Bridger lightsaber does. That one, catches the light really, really nice, but it is in a similar vein. It's just not as fluorescent, although it's not fluorescent. The Ezra one's just a whole nother level. But I really like the look of this blade. The hilt is done very, very cleanly. Nice silver paint with gold on the box, and the thin neck up top. You have some black, and the silver rings are all painted very, very nicely. All in all, I'm very pleased with this. It does feature the standard Black Series removable blade feature, and then he features a hook on his belt, which the D-ring kind of rests on. It doesn't really peg super deep. It holds, but you get too crazy with it, and it will fall off. So let's go ahead and put that back together so we don't have the blade go rolling off, set the accessories off to the side, and take a look at Luke Skywalker. So I feel that some of these parts are reuse from the Imperial Light Cruiser and Book of Boba Fett Luke. There's probably some shared, like, of the core body, at least. I know that, like, the Book of Boba Fett Luke, had different legs, different boots, and the arms potentially are where the reuse is. And definitely the head. So the head is that Luke sculpt we've seen them using for a little bit now. It's pretty good. Mark Hamill has proven yet again to have just one of those faces that no one can really lock down in a definitive manner. But you look at it, and you do see Luke there. I mean, it's as close as I feel they're probably going to get. And so you kind of just have to just accept it as what it is, and what it is good enough. I'm really happy with that. Has some nice sculpting to the hair, a little bit of wash in it just to really define that sculpt nicely. He has that kind of high collar, and then if you look in, the skin tone is present all throughout the collar, so it's a multiple, piece thing that's been put together. Looking down, I can't tell you it's the most exciting costume. He's wearing a black bodysuit, and so there's a lot of fabric wrinkles in it, and everything looks nice. It looks almost a little oily, and I think it's just because of the matte black, like the oils and the plastics sit here and there, but it's kind of just what it is when you have a plastic action figure. I think it's pretty good. Go around back, there's a little less going on. It's as little less as you can have, given this type of outfit, although you do have some like panel lines around the ass and back of thighs. He's got his knee-high leather boots going on there. They have a different texture from the rest, so that's really cool. His belt's nice. Has some good silver punch-ins for the buckle and the hook and just other little pins and shit. There's a pouch on that side. So really, really bare bones, but it looks really good. Something I'm not super digging on this is the butterfly joints. And, I mean, they have great range, and that's fine. But, it's a very exposed costume. And so, like, you can just see everything going on at the shoulders, whereas the Light Cruiser Luke has a tunic overlay which hides that, and same as the Book of Boba Fett Luke has another tunic overlay. There is no overlay on this Luke, so there's really no hiding it. I couldn't tell you what you could do to make it better other than just to not have them, but of course they're a staple in the line. But, I mean, you get some insane range, and so, that's worth it. But when you, bring it back, it really gaps in the front. When you bring it forward, of course, it hides the front, and the back doesn't gap too bad. So, it's kind of like, you win or it's like a lose-lose. You either don't have it or it doesn't look good. And I think I'd rather have it, because I'll just put him in a really cool lightsaber pose that really just kind of hides it. But yeah, that's really my one gripe, is just once I got him out and I started handling him, I was like, those are really obvious. But otherwise, I mean, it's Luke Skywalker in his black outfit. Let's go ahead and run through some articulation here. He features a double ball-jointed neck, allowing him to look that far up. Although kind of there, that's about as high up as it goes. Not great, but not terrible. He can bury his chin, go side to side, ton of tilt there. His arms come up to a T-pose. He has a deep range, forward and back on that butterfly joint. 360 at the shoulders. Single jointed elbows that go way past 90 and rotate. 360 on the wrists, both of them hinging up and down. I love to see that on my lightsaber characters. Mid-torso ball joint allows him all sorts of crazy twist here, and of course, your side to side, and front, back. His legs can kick out, not quite 180, but pretty good splits. He can point his legs pretty straightforward. A little bit, but not really much any back. That Luke butt gets in the way. There's an upper thigh rotation. Haven't quite removed that yet as of the time of releasing this figure, unfortunately. Single jointed knees, which can go past 90 and rotate at the knee. He also features a boot cut. Those are always nice when you get those. And the boots aren't any bigger around than the actual calf portion, below the knee. So there's no real gappy way to position that. So that's nice. That looks good no matter what way you twist it. His feet can point straight down. You can go really far forward, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker, allowing you to get him into some pretty decently wide stances with both feet flat on the ground. To do some size comparisons, we're going to bring in Princess Leia in her, Rebel field gear. That's the Endor poncho Leia with the poncho taken off. That is, one of my favorite Leia looks. That's a great figure. Here is Darth Vader. I was struggling to find my Empire Vader. I think I have him packed away, but here's my A New Hope Vader. And you see he is towering, as he should. And then here is an Imperial Stormtrooper, just to bring in an average 6-inch height figure. Of course, Luke is not a 6-foot-tall character, so all these characters other than Leia will tower over him, which is appropriate. And then, just because it's a really cool display piece, and it pairs with this nicely, here is the Landspeeder Luke bridge 3D print with the Force Ghosts of Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Yoda. So that is kind of just everything I could think to put with Luke. I think he scales really nice. And by that I mean he's shorter than everyone but Leia, which is how he should scale. So, end of the day, what do I think of this Luke Skywalker? You know, it's a really good attempt at one of his most iconic outfits, and I don't totally dislike it, but those exposed butterfly joints annoy me a little bit, and I'm kind of getting out of the OT era of stuff anyway. When I do my collection tour, which I'm working on getting set up for to do later this summer, when I do that, you'll see that my OT stuff is largely packed away, and I'm just not as in love with the era, so I'm going to continue to get the main characters and stuff, but there's going to be a lot less OT on the channel going forward. And so, like, I look at this and I'm like, you know, the old Luke sucked enough that I did need to replace it, but at the same time, at least I had a black outfit Luke, and so I'm happy I got it, but I'm not, like, amped. You know, I wish I'd have gotten a new character for the collection rather than a redo, but this was a much needed redo. So, do I recommend it? Yeah, it's a good redo. I definitely would say buy this over the old one if you don't have it, and if you have the old one and you're a Luke fanatic, then yeah, absolutely upgrade them. This is a worthy upgrade. I like the swappable front tile. I like the lightsaber color. I mean, that was really well done. The engineering on it's really good, other than those butterfly joints. And just all in all, I'm happy. I say he's a pickup. So, thanks for watching. It means a lot that you did. If you enjoyed, you should leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that end of video stuff. I'm going to go work on something else now. So, I'll catch you next time. Until then, may the Force be with each and every one of you, and goodbye.